Beautiful. Ah.
And I've just gone, oh, typical, what did I say? Typical, what is it? No, typical male.
Look at this disgusting sky. How can people think this is normal? How can people think this is normal? Please share this link, guys. This is absolutely diabolical. Is this what it's like in Melbourne today, bro? Please share this stream, guys. Another day of geoengineering happening over Gold Coast, guys. And from word, it's absolutely diabolical in Brisbane also. Thick hazy clouds in Melbourne as well. I'll get to the question in a little bit, guys. There you go. There are your HARP EMF waves. Senator Malcolm Roberts, Senator Craig Kelly. There you go. Second consecutive day. I've hit up 10 people today and I've asked the question, does the sky look normal? And every single one of the 10 have said no. Feel free to send this link to Senator Gerard as well. If anyone wants to answer that question, I will shortly, Gabba. I will shortly. At 1 o'clock this morning, it was a sky full of stars. And we have not seen the sun once today.
Matey, how you going?
Good, Gabba. How are you, bro?
Good, bro. So, in answer to her question, I'll show my face in a sec. I was just having a lay down. What is the purpose of that behind them blocking out the sun? Well, the sun um affects our moods. So obviously, if you're having it covered, it's going to affect people's moods. It's the main
Yeah.
the main two reasons are the first reason is obviously they want to push their climate change, which I'll get into about sort of how they're going to connect that up because they're still running
Yep.
their fucking COVID narrative in
Hey,
the background.
wait, wait.
So,
No, careful with those words,
yeah.
bro, please. Careful with those words.
Okay.
CV,
So
CV for the infectious, and GO for the climate, please.
done. You get Look, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely going to respect that. On my lives, I just don't give a fuck anymore. I mean, people need to wake up. The bottom line is
Oh,
they
no,
want
no,
to.
bro. Sorry, the only reason I do it is I cannot afford to be taken down at this stage because I'm making major, major, major waves. And yeah, I cannot afford for them to hit my platform. That's the only reason I censor myself with those few words, bro. And I hate it. I hate it, but it's gotten me this far. You know what I mean?
I'll see your work. It's good. Make a backup page and get everyone to add live a second and third backup page. But they want to ruin the farmers. Do you know what I mean? So that
Yeah, absolutely. Across the farmers.
yeah. So with Geo, right, as we'll call it, pretty much they're running CV in the background, and then they've got Geo, continuing to run.
Yep.
And obviously, when it rains, people don't have to be locked down; they stay inside anyway. There's many
Yep.
different levels to this type of thing, and then what they want to do is by pushing their Geo, they want to have everyone on a carbon footprint. But in order to do that, they're doing digital IDs coming up, and then that'll link into having a carbon footprint and the social credit system all wrapped up, all for your enjoyment.
Brother, 100%. That's the message I've been preaching since March of 2020 when they said 14 days to flatten the curve. I'm like, yeah, more like 14 days to indoctrinate everyone for the 10-year plan to turn the world communistic.
Yeah. Oh man, I've been on this shit.
But people can't see it, bro. They can't see it.
No, I've been on this for a long time. Look, and everyone sort of wakes up at their own. It's not a contest, but it is
Exactly.
it's difficult to know what's going on. But everyone's got their own different thing they do. I notice you focus a lot on like the geo type of things. Me, I've connected to dots to how they're going to run this for the next 3-4 years. You know what I mean? And it's just
Yeah.
like CV is for control, compliance. Geo is to sort of get things kicked off with the carbon footprint. Everything will be linked on to a digital ID. In order to get digital ID, they're going to do bullshit, the cyber attacks.
Yeah.
And then, and then obviously everything on the digital wallet. And they ran a test,
Mhm.
obviously, having in your Apple wallet. And then it goes to another level in terms of Apple being involved. And then,
Mhm.
Elon Musk, he invented PayPal, the tap and go.
Yeah.
And this shit,
Yeah.
there's a lot of levels. There's a lot of levels to this shit. So,
That's why, and this is why I push the Geo so hard, because if we can crush a Geo, if we can expose Geo, everything else collapses around it. That's why I push the Geo so hard, because if we get them at Geo, if we expose Geo, everything else collapses. Everything else collapses.
yeah, look, it's one way of looking at it. I mean, me personally, I think we need to expose everything you can. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I've noticed that your area's copping geo a lot harder than others. I see that a lot, and the problem
Bombarded though every day.
the problem is, Matt, everyone's too consumed with the narrative of like the last 2 years, and they're also and the normies are consumed with looking at their phone all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They don't
Yeah.
they keep looking down and they keep looking at themselves. So for me, it's got to be a worldwide event, or at least a percentage of people. Otherwise, honestly, I think we're really, aren't we? So
Mate, we're done.
I wouldn't say we're done yet, but we are staring down the barrel. But
Oh, like, no, like, if
um,
humanity doesn't rise up and rise up within the next 12 months on monumental levels, like, just think like people willingly said, okay, I'll take this to keep the career. So
Mm.
that's what makes me think we really need to stand up now, because if people were willing to do that, well, I mean, just look at
100%.
this. Like, look at this. I mean, in what world is that natural? You know?
No, it's fake cloud everywhere. You got to show
Yeah.
them.
Like,
You got
in
to
what
show
world is that? What world is that natural?
in
Like,
land of the clones, bro, land of the clones. But I mean, it's disappointing. But I did say it could come down to a every man for himself scenario. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um,
I
and
believe so.
it's looking that way. But I mean, who wants to live in a world the way that they want to have it anyway? Do you know what I mean? Let's be honest.
Oh, mate,
Unless you want to
their
get, unless
world.
you want to go, yeah, unless you want to go Harvey's in a big icebreaker boat and try and get over the wall, you know, and get to the other side, because it
Yeah,
seems nothing's out there to claim that.
yeah.
But
Maybe go to those other. How many other continents there could possibly be? Huh?
33, but
Yeah,
a bit more.
yeah,
I mean, they just when people sort of start to get a sniff of what's going on, they'll throw an election at you, right?
yeah,
They'll throw,
yeah.
yeah, they'll throw. My prediction, just off top, because you guys have still got, Palachuk up there. She won't win the next election. Um, Matthew Guy is going to defeat Dan Andrews, I reckon, on Saturday, because everyone fucking
I think
hates
so.
Dan, and there's a lot of anger down here, right? So the
Yep.
best way to flip the script and get everyone happy, and this is why I think the agenda will slow down from like a car. It'll slow down from sort of fifth gear down to second, then to third, fourth, fifth, and back to second. And when they
Yeah.
slow
Yeah.
when they slow the agenda down for 6 months of normalcy, it's a change of someone in power, or it's this or it's that. Do you know what I mean? And the only way that they control things is through the skies, because that's where
I
they can
know.
stop food. That's where they can stop the food. They can keep people inside. You don't have to lock everyone down or close tradies or businesses if it's pissing down all the time. Want to go to the beach? And I'll tell you, I should have taken a video of it. The other day, 2 weeks ago, it was 30 degrees here. It was 30 degrees, right, in the morning in Port Melbourne. And then about 3 hours later, everyone wanted to go to the beach. So where do you reckon had the clouds over it? The beach, right? So it was 30
Mm.
degrees all around the western eastern suburbs. I drove through Toorak, and it was raining in Toorak, but sunny in Port Melbourne, and then raining 15 kilometres over at the beach.
Like,
I do.
that's it. That's what's happening here, bro. They're systematically hitting different areas. The beach is now like almost a no-go zone area, and other areas are hot and sticky. It's like that's the
Uh,
kind of control these psychopaths have.
the reason that it's sticky. There's not the 5G towers take moisture out of the air. Now
Mm-hmm.
I was never really a big 5G person, but it's something I've started to look into more. Because I try and speak about things that'll bring people from the other side over to this side, because unfortunately it is a competition now. You know what I mean? This is starting to wind up now. They're going to wind it up. The first 3 4 years of the agenda is to get all their ducks in a row with the digital and all that other stuff. They're getting all their sticks in
Mm-hmm.
a row, and then it's fuck. It's just about go time now. You know what I mean? It really is.
Oh yeah,
You know,
absolutely. It's go time. That's why I went to the
but
cop shops
fortunately,
yesterday, because it's go time.
everyone's asleep though. Well, not everyone. There's a lot of people that are asleep. So it's this, yeah. But it's go time. But half of the people still fucking haven't even got to the starting line. But what did the police say to you?
Um, they didn't know about the 1967, the Rainmaking Act,
Well,
or Geo, and honest with you, I fully believe them because I can detect bullshit a mile away.
mm,
And then as I started to explain about the minister shall accept no liability, and I said, and basically all of the elements that we have to deal with here, he actually rolled his eyes. He's like, basically to say, yeah, that'll be about right. I'm like, exactly, mate. And then I went straight to my phone. I showed him all of the stuff that I've captured, plane spraying chemicals, it opening up wide, the sun being blocked, and then the reflection. I'm like, mate, can we agree that that doesn't look normal? He said, that does not look normal. And then he done this. He said, I'm at a loss. He's like, I'm at a loss. And then we just had a bit of a personal. And he actually commended me. He thanked me for compiling all of my evidence, all of my data, the way I have. I told him how I've got government officials on my side, a doctor who has been deregistered now but wasn't deregistered at the time, and a pharmacist who have been helping me out. And he basically said, if you've got government officials helping you out, giving you information, helping you build your case, continue doing what you're doing. And yeah, I said, take this info. I gave him all the info that I wanted him to research, the Rainmaking Act, the Cloud Seeding Project. I emphasized it's .gov.au and .qld.gov.au, bro. I'm like, which means it's government. There's no denying this. I'm like,
Yeah, what annoys me as well when people say, "Oh, you're cooked," you know, it's a conspiracy. Well, hold on, it's a government fucking website. How's that a conspiracy, dickhead?
yeah, yeah. And that's why I said to him, and that's why I haven't come in here and used the word chemtrails with you, bro, because that's the derogatory term. And then I said straight away, it's called solar aerosol stratosphere injection spraying or solar radiation management program. Former director of the CIA in 2016 said it's a $10 billion annual project.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, he actually said, I commend you for the way you're presenting yourself because you've actually built a case. I'm like, this is the only way to go about things. I'm like, unless you now can go away and do the research yourself.
Let me
And yeah,
say this before I go, Matt. The next
yeah,
step that you got to try and do is get video footage of the bloke because they obviously have to leave from an airport or somewhere.
yeah,
Catch them when they come back and get them to open up their plane. Okay, that's
yeah.
what you got to do. You do that, you crack the case, and all the leaders around the states know what's going on. Okay, they
Oh,
all know
yeah.
what's going
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's why I'm just going to say this. Malcolm Roberts at Truth Spoken in Dark Times, like, that's why he said, you were going really well until you asked the audience for a vote. Because my question was simple. Geoengineering, is it sinister? And 150 sellout crowds said, were applauding me while he's standing there with his hands on his hips. So I was doing really well until I asked for the vote, which went 100% my way. Like, you know,
Yeah, look, you got to understand, Malcolm is still a part. He's still he's a splinter cell of the politicians, right? He's, you know what I mean. He's still like a part in a way. You know what I mean? There's alleviations there, so you know, but probably the best out of a bad lot. But yeah, it's
at least
interesting.
he knows that we're onto it. Like, at least he knows that we're onto him now. You know what I mean? Like, and that the
We've
pressure is there. We're not going to let up.
Yeah, well, the question remains is you're on someone's case. What are we going to do about it? Then it becomes a numbers game. You know what I mean?
All
And
right, right. I'm working on growing those numbers too. I'm working on growing those numbers.
you grow the numbers, you're not going to vote your way out of it. Because at the moment, I've got Sky News, Daniel Andrews, and Matthew Guy. Right, watch the first 33 minutes of their debate. And not one, and I know there'll be a few people that have been put there deliberately with questions, but not all these people are asking the wrong fucking questions. Questions they need, you know, they're talking about money and spending and this and that. Someone needs to get up there and be like, nothing's changed in fucking 30 years. Doesn't matter whether it's liberal or Labor. You keep talking about spending money. Hold on a second. I thought the governments, when I was a kid, I thought the governments would lend out the money to the bank and then they would distribute. Well, it's in reverse, so therefore it makes no sense. And the bank's been double dipping for a long time.
Yep.
So if the politicians are not in control, then the bankers are. So therefore, why are we even listening to you? You're there for from our taxpayers' dollars. It's just like, hold on, you know, it's like, well, wait. I thought you were in charge. Well, let me speak to the banker, dude, because that's where we're paying the fucking interest to. You're just useless. And people need to be asking that questions. Why are the interest rates so high? You can't get them down, Daniel Andrews or Matthew Guy, because you don't make
Bang.
you don't make the decisions. All you do is enforce the decisions. So therefore, I want to speak to the leader of the Federal Reserve and of the head of the Australian Bank and have a chat with them because whoever runs the
Bingo.
Whoever runs the money runs the game. So I don't want to fucking
Yeah.
speak to you. You're telling me, oh, we'll get interest rates down, cost of living. You don't give a fuck. If you did, you would put in legislation through Parliament to fucking get rid of the system of the banking, and you control everything. So don't talk
Spot
shit.
on.
And all these fucking docile morons asking these questions are asking the wrong question. But I'm sorry, there comes a time in life where you don't ask questions anymore, and there comes a time where forgiveness and giving people a second chance, that's all done. These pricks right now, Liberal, Labor, the whole lot of them, they've got to go.
Oh,
Top to
100%. 100%.
top to
They're
bottom,
literally destroying the very
to bottom,
fabric of this country.
top to fucking bottom. I'm sick of people. And this is what, look, I've always hated people, Matt. Like, not everyone, about 75% of people, right? But
Yep.
it's just, and now I realize why, because, 60%, 70% took the jab, and they're all docile morons. And not everyone that took the jab's a moron. Let me apologize. A lot of people were coerced, but a lot of people that all these sort of, don't believe that this is a pandemic, they got to go. They're not smart enough to understand the deception. They still think Daniel Andrews runs Victoria, when in fact it's the bankers and it's the fucking elites.
Oh, I agree. I couldn't agree more. But here's the thing, bro. You're going to have so many people who are going to vote for this guy. Like,
He won't win.
so many people. So many people are going to vote for him. I know someone who I went to primary school with. We're talking 1985. I've known this person for. I love him like a brother. But I asked him, I hit him up, what are your thoughts on this? Full into the narrative. He's like, oh, I think Daniel Andrews has done a terrific job of handling the pandemic. He's gonna vote for him. He's like, I think he's done a terrific job of handling it. And I'm
Brains.
like, where are you getting your data from? Where are you getting your facts? He's like, CDC, FDA, WHO. I'm like, are you for real? Like, at this stage of the game, really? After being brutalized and locked down? Really? That's the mindset of some of these people, bro. Like,
So
they wouldn't know. They've lived
uh,
through tyranny and they don't even know it.
called Stockholm syndrome, bro. But Sophie Martino, look, it's not just about blocking out the sun. It's about emissions
Oh,
come from
hello. How
emissions.
are you?
Emissions
What are
come.
you at?
I mean, I'm doing a live stream to the world. Hello. That's my GP.
My man.
See you later, mate.
Emissions, right, come from
Yeah.
electricity. They come from cars, gases and stuff like that. So it's not about
Mm-hmm.
staying home, right? You will be staying home for a climate change lockdown. Don't worry about that. But if they manipulate the weather where it's really unpredictable and up and down, they're going to blame the carbon emissions. Therefore, they can
Yeah.
implement carbon footprint and the green lockdowns. What
Mm-hmm.
the old psychological warfare. They
Yeah.
create the problem. Once they create the problem, they punish everyone by locking it down, and then they offer you a solution, right, to get out of lockdown, which is get the CV, and then
Mm-hmm.
everyone goes and gets it, and then they pat you on the back, and then they bring you in and out of
Bro,
psychological warfare. It's bribery,
bro,
and it's bribery, it's blackmail, and it's fucking. That's exactly what it is. They're bribing and blackmailing, and
that's what I told one. That's what I told one of the coppers yesterday, bro. That's pretty much exactly what I told one of the coppers yesterday. I said, the exact way we said it would pan out in 2020, it's panned out now. And, bro, it's cut you off. Then I went straight to him. I'm like, so how's it going for you? Number 5? And he's turned around to me and he said, no, I'm still on my 3rd. He said, I haven't hit my required date for my 4th yet.
Wow.
And then I said straight to him, I looked him straight in the eye. I said, 100% control. I said, just let this sink in, bro. I'm not going to say his name on here. I said, just let this sink in. I'm like, January this year, I could take my ass and sit in a restaurant for 15 minutes while they're preparing the food for me to take away. But if I open my mouth to put the food in my mouth, I can spread the infectious disease. He rolled his eyes and he laughed and he said, I know. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Word for word, I'm like, yeah, fucking ridiculous. I'm like, control, not help, mate. And silence. He didn't say a word because he knows. And
And
they respect the fact that we're speaking to them like this.
a lot of them know, right? And a lot of them know, CV, what's the causes and the outcomes, if you know what I mean?
Yep,
Right?
yep.
Outcomes meaning the end result, causes meaning, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Mm.
And they're in denial,
Well,
bro, because they
well,
don't want
bro.
They're in denial. They're in fucking denial.
What? I'll tell you something. This copper, I respect him so much. He turns around to me. He says, I had CV in January. I said, let me guess, for the first time, right? He's like, yep.
Right.
And you had it in October. He's like, yeah. I'm like, bro, just like everyone else. He's like, I know. So the fact that he even opened up and acknowledged that to me, like, that's, the proof's there. And I even told him, I've got cafe friend owners. They went 3 years without having CV. They take the antidote to go to South Africa. The wife comes down with CV 2 days later, the husband 3 days later. And he rolls his eyes. I'm like, yep, again, another one, huh? I'm like, we go
What?
all this time without, it goes in here, and then we get it.
What it does is it lowers the plasma and your white
That,
blood
that's what I
cells.
told him. That's what I told him. That's exactly what I told him. And I
Um,
said, and that's why they're taking away our son from us.
yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, bro, that's what I told him. That's the message I'm preaching. I even said they get everyone jabbed, they get everyone this, and then they take away their vitamin D, and everyone gets sick. Like,
exactly right.
they need to know that we know that this is the real thing, and it's going to affect them as well. I even said, like, your children will be affected by this also. Oh, look at that. That is diabolical.
So you've got to look for the lines, and obviously, like it looks like sort of just a big mat over the lights. The lines, see like the spray off the top there. Over the beach, you've got off the top
Yeah,
there. You know what I mean? You can tell. You can tell what it is, but if you know what to look for,
absolutely. You know what to look for. I mean,
you know.
you can see the layers. You can see you can see all the different layers that have been sprayed.
All right, bro, it's fucking cooked. It's fucking cooked as, no one looks up. Everyone's fucking too busy wondering about what was on the TV on the Kardashians and what ABC News had to say.
Oh, mate, don't worry. I've got a solution for that. I've got T-shirts in the making that's going to say, look at the sky, look up on days that it's geoengineered. It's going to have, the back is going to have a picture of what a geoengineered sky looks like with two arrows pointing up saying, look at the sky.
That's
And my Instagram handle on there, and just simple, ask me questions. It's going to be on the front and on the back, and I will be a walking billboard. When I said my very existence will be the biggest act of rebellion these bastards have ever seen, I fucking meant it, mate.
right. But you've got to build your profile with those T-shirts.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Build your profile.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's in the works. That is in the works.
Thanks for
There's
having me.
some big news I've got, but I can't share it just yet.
Ah,
But there's
cool.
some potential huge news that I'm going to share, which will absolutely help the profile.
Nice.
Oh, bro, mate, thank you for the chat, Gabe. We'll definitely do this again.
Yeah, I'm about to head off to the gym because if I don't go to the gym and do an ice bath and do all those things, I usually want to murder people because I've, just the last 3 years, people just piss me off. Not you people, but fucking
Oh, I get
people.
it, bro. That's what I'm hitting the gym. I'm hitting up the gym tonight as well. Like, I'm
I've
getting in
got,
that
I've got,
weight session and just
I've got
getting rid of that negative energy.
that's exactly what the gym's for, man. Just get the rage out. You know what I mean? Because I walk amongst the zombies every day, bro.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I say, I walk in this world, but I'm not of this world.
Fuck no, bro. Fuck no.
Yeah.
There's actually a place, right? Apparently, one of the 33 continents, and it's called Land of the Clones. So I'm thinking maybe I'm fucking just been accidentally brought here. Who knows?
Oh, who knows? All I know is we were placed here for this particular moment in time for the awakening of
Right.
humanity.
Shout out to Matty G, and I'll speak to you later, bro.
Bless you, mate. Thank you. We'll definitely do this again soon. I'm loving these live streams.
Oh, man. Love you, man. Peace.
Love you, brother. Peace. Oh, well, that was completely unplanned, but I'm really enjoying and welcoming these joint live streams. Just to show you guys how diabolical the sky has gotten. In what world is that natural? Like, what is that thing? What is that? What is that? What is that? Oh, it's great having joint chats with others and just bouncing ideas and different theories. Um, oh, it's brilliant. That's the beautiful thing about this platform. I can't believe, as I'm doing laps, my GP, my actual GP walks past me and he said hi to all of you guys. That was hilarious. My GP has been on my live stream now. What next? What next? Oh, that was hilarious. Like, talk about not expecting that. What a trip out. My freaking GP. Oh, on a stream when I'm talking about geoengineering and this. Haven't seen the sun once. You can feel its humidity. You can feel that it just wants to break through, but it can't. Oh, we've got more waves appearing. Just think, the news will say, and we had a magnificent, beautiful sunset over Oxenford tonight. And there'll be people at home thinking, oh, that's beautiful, that's fantastic. If anyone wants to ask any questions, bang, throw a question out. Anyone wants to come on, throw a request out also. Otherwise, I am going to end this very soon so I can chuck my headphones on and pump out one more 4K lap. With me, health and fitness is absolute supreme priority. I think we're going to pump out one more lap while we've still got a little bit of daylight, perhaps. Oh. Are you able to post the names of those policies, etc.? Did that quickly so you wouldn't leave. What are you actually referring to? That sky. Oh, the rain. Okay. So look up the 1967 Australian Rainmaking Act and the 2008 Queensland Cloud Seeding Project. Oh, all the stuff I took to the police. That's all on my phone. But your info to get anyone interested or to awaken anyone to this, it's the 1967 Australian Rainmaking Act, the 2008 Queensland Cloud Seeding Project, which I believe has been amended in 2012. But yeah, I am going to end this for now. So I'm going to pump out another 4K. But yeah, this will be continued later. And I will post this on my page. So yeah, thanks a lot, guys, for being part of this. I appreciate it. Thanks for the new follows that I've received also. That's much appreciated. I love the growth. I welcome the growth because the more people who click that button up there, the more people that see this message. The quicker we can awaken more people to geoengineering, the quicker we can reclaim our skies. And I truly believe it starts by awakening the police officers who've got no idea what's happening. So at least come the end of December, come the end of January, when they've gotten 2 months worth of weather predictions from people like you or I, then they'll know beyond a shadow of a doubt this shit's real. We need to start paying attention to the public. That's my prayer to the Creator anyway. Truly mean that. Peace, unity, love, freedoms, blessings, and I'll be back later. Much love.